I know I'm going to catch a fish on one, I know I am. It's just that sort of feeling of thinking, well, yeah, they catch GTs, amberjacks, trevellies, queenfish, whatever else in Australia, but can they catch a pollack? Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm pretty excited today, this afternoon, because this is the first time I'm going out on the cliffs or the rocks fishing for pollock since I knocked my knee back in March, I think. But we're here now, we're here today out in Bonnie, Scotland, and we're going to go and fish down there. This is actually one of the strongest tidal runs in the area, I think. It runs at about 6 or 7 knots. There's 9 currents that all converge in one spot. And we're going to go and fish about 6 foot above it. That's exciting in itself. And the other thing is that I have a new lure all the way from Australia that I'm really excited to give a try, see if pollock like them. Obviously, sitting in the house, not being able to walk very much, I watched a lot of fish on YouTube, and these lures were killing fish or smashing fish in Australia. So I thought, what the hell? I'll buy some and see what happens. Well, I got down okay. Knee is fine. You can see that current. It is flying past. It's big tide as well today, so yeah, there's a lot of water moving out of here. So I'm going to be standing down there. And we're going to be casting into this eddy and let the lure go all the way out there, because they're not fishing heavy enough for it to sink in that current. And then when it's all the way out there, then we can retrieve it in, and it's a long way. With a lot of snags. The only problem with fishing here, apart from the current, is the seals are pretty smart. They're well used to anglers down here, and sometimes they'll take the fish off your line, sometimes they'll wait for them to throw it back. Hopefully it's the latter today. Oh, I've missed the smell of bird guano. Hello, son. Any fish around? Down here by myself, obviously. So I've got my trusty spin lock Alto PFD, so if I fall in the water I can pull this and then I'll float. So I got kitted up. I'm gonna start by throwing this Lazy Lures, I can't remember the actual colour, bubblegum bandit or something. 20 grams with the weight of the body and the head. And I've just super glued it in just to give a bit of extra life to the body. And we're going to start with this just to hopefully try and catch a fish, blow the cobwebs off, get used to fishing for pollock again, and let's see how it goes. I'm just going to cast out into the current. When it gets going, it really gets going, and you can actually feel the ground shaking or the cliff shaking. So that's the current taking it. I'm just going to close my bail arm there and let it tighten up, and as it tightens up it'll swing around. Fish aren't normally right in the current, normally just on the edge of it in this eddy that we're in here. That was the first cast. Had a couple of hits, but they're right on my feet. There's a lot of weed in the water, which is a bit irritating. Let's go for a big cast. Right, that's in the current now. The line is stripping off. Oh, there we go. Second cast. It's always hard to tell whether the fishes are good or not in here just because of the amount of current, but this one feels very small. Oh, thought it'd come off. And there we go. Second cast. First pollock from the shore in 4 months. Just a wee one, but it's very welcome. Off you go, matey. So that was just on the edge of the current line, not that far out. I'd retrieved it quite a way before the fish bit, so this time I'm just going to cast to the edge. It's a big boil there. This weed in the water is a bit of a pain. Can it tell when it's hit the bottom? Get off. Oh. That fish took right near the surface. Well, it's a bit smaller. Oh. Fair bit smaller. At least they're active. Try nowhere near the current. That one hit on a fast retrieve, nowhere near the current. You try and filter through these little ones and find the bigger one. I actually see the pollock in the water chasing this. Just the babies are coming up right near the surface. I think what I'm going to do is a few more casts with this one and then stick a bigger lure on. And then, oh, that was a good hit. Yep, they're hitting it again. And then, I mean, I don't think I'll fail. Oh, that feels better. In catching one with the Australian lure, just because there's so many fish around at the minute. Oh, he's been in the wars, this one. Big scar down the side there twice. On the side as well. It's probably been caught before. Had 4 fish in 5 casts. And the biggest fish have come from just on the edge of the current. Oh, that was quite a big one actually. I just saw it there. Came up and hit me lure, and then but it just bit the tail, which is a really good sign for this lure that I've got. I'll show you why. Right, one more cast with this. Let's get it right into the water stream. While that's going out there. The tackle today is 8'3" Tailwalk Hi-Tide SSD, which is rated 15 to 50 grams. It's quite a heavy rod for what I normally fish, but I really like it. It's great length for being on the rocks, and it throws its lower weight as well as it can throw its upper weight. So, and it's also landed me for 3-4 double figure pollock, so it's got a good backbone. Yeah, it's not soft, it's got like a progressive action, even fighting small fish like I have been today. So far feels quite exciting, rather than just fishing with like a broom handle or something that is like a broom handle. That's a snag, not a fish. And I've got a 2,500 size Daiwa BG MQ with 20-pound Tasline Elite Braid on, and a 23-pound leader. So here we go. I've got them in here. Now these are like Z-Man lures, where they'll kind of destroy other soft plastics if you keep them in the same container. So these two are in their own little container, and that's it there. The squid tracks. That one is 35 grams, I think, and that one's 20, I believe. I'll double check and put the links in the description below. But basically these are vibe lures, so when you retrieve them, they vibrate really hard, and you can see the rod tip going brrrr, like that. And they swim backwards, and we've got two assist hooks at the tail end there, so this, hopefully, when the fish are nipping at the tail of the lures, these things will have a really high hookup rate, hookup rate. They're also, this one is anyways UV, this one isn't. And apparently, oh yeah, that one's impregnated as well with squid scent. So this is at them. I'm going to start with this one, the lighter one. This one, the smaller version, has a casting. So this is designed for jigging or fishing deep water, or you can move the split ring and then fish it on the tail there and retrieve it. It doesn't vibrate when you retrieve it on the tail, it just kind of has a rolling motion, but we're going to leave it on the vibrate at the moment and see how that goes. I'm excited. Two things I love about fishing. There's lots of things I love about fishing. One that keeps me going is finding new marks, and two, finding new lures and ways of fishing. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. I'm a little nervous because, like I said, I've shipped these from Australia, not America, and I've got a tendency of losing lures. Cast like a bullet. When I do that, I can really feel the vibration through the rod tip. I think they're designed for quite a quick retrieve, which isn't great for pollock fishing in all honesty, but maybe a lift and draw is a way to go with them. Well, now on the first cast, disappointing. Taking a gamble, let's get it out in the main current. Maybe only the big fish will take it. I know I'm going to catch a fish on one, I know I am. It's just that sort of feeling of thinking, well, yeah, they catch GTs, amberjacks, trevellies, queenfish, whatever else in Australia, but can they catch a pollock? I really hope so. Oh, there we go. Yay! It's a little in, but it's a fish. That was on the second cast. And actually just a straight retrieve. Oh, hit on the drop. Ooh, it's a bit sprightly. No, not in the weed. Got two hooks on. Yeah, the better fish are definitely out in the current. Let's try that again. I'll just lob that one in the current. Oof. Then let it sink. Well, that is really got out. Don't know if the vibration's putting them off. Getting the odd hit, but don't know. It's going to take a wee while to figure out how it's best to fish with these. Alright, there's a structure right in front of us, but let's try over there. They cast really well. That's in deep water mode as well. The water's not actually this deep, that deep here. Not compared to some places I've fished, like, I don't know, St. Abbs, for instance, or Orkney, Hawks's Head on Orkney, or the Outer Hebrides. So it's pretty shallow is what I'm saying. Right, so I'll put it into casting mode. Let's see what it's like without the vibration. Thought I had a wind knot there, but it's not. It's just white weed on my line. I was going to say, I never get wind knot with Tasline. That was the bottom there. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry, dude. Well, a little bit hard won by. Hard to win with this lure. Or maybe the fish have just switched off. Oh. I think what it is I'm actually getting the depth wrong. I'm so used to being fishing with those, the lures that I usually use. Well, this is such a different style of lure, I think I should say. I'm not used to, I don't know exactly where it is, and because I'm a little bit nervous about losing it, probably not getting it in the pollack zone as much as I should. I find it difficult. Don't know whereabouts in the water column it is because of the weed, so I'm going to try the big heavy lad, put that small one back. It's not a colour I'd usually use, but squid change colour, don't they? So excuse me, I can't remember how heavy it is. I think this is around 40 grams. Hey, woo! Go, son. Yes. Oh, that's a better one. Oh. There we go. So I would say that's roughly 3.5 pounds, maybe 4 maximum. It's got a massive gob. It's absolutely pinned. So I cast that out really far, let it go in the current, hit the bottom a few times, and I thought I hit structure right below us. Oh, easy there, easy. 3.5 I'll go. Right below us, and that meant I was right on the bottom, so I thought, I know, I'll give it a jig. It's designed for fishing vertically pretty much, so pulled it up over the structure, vibrated it once, like lifted it quickly so it vibrated, and then yeah, he's away. Whoa. Oh, it's off. That one hit on the paws there. Well, when they do hit it, they hit it really hard. Oh. No. Whew. Thought I was a goner there. Well, I think what I'm going to do is stick on one of the lazy lures again and see what my catch rate's like. So far I've had the biggest fish on these, but it's not been the most prolific. Gone for the big lazy lures, bubblegum bandit, 45 grams. So I'm nearing the casting weight of my rod. She can handle it. Hopefully this bigger lure might entice a bigger fish. It's not always the case for pollock. Oh. Almost felt like my rod was creaking there. It's had a hard life, this. No way. Well, that fish hit it on the drop. My lure went really light. I thought I'd hit the bottom. But I think I don't know what's going on. There's no fight at all. No. Oh, no way. I told you it wasn't always the case with pollock. Oh. Thanks for self-releasing, little fella. Greedy, that was the same length as this lure. So we're gonna go with, I don't know the weight of this. It's in American, so I'm not sure. So I think it's the heaviest Z-Man shroom or Ned rig they do. Wireless with these two little bits of wireless. Weedless with these two little bits of wire there to help stop it from snagging, and one of these uber stretchy TRD worms. It's a bit of a weird colour, but I'll give it a go. Just put a little nick in where I wanted the hook to come out of. There we go. And what happens is this shroom or mushroom head drags along the bottom, and the hook sits proud, and because these are really buoyant, this worm's going to be floating around up like that, and hopefully the fish will come and grab on. These wires don't seem to put them off. I've had a few wrasse on this using this technique down in North Wales, so slightly different colour, but we'll see how this goes. Well, not even a sniff on this. Thought I might have had a wrasse nibble by since the current has died completely. Well, stuck another lazy lure on, but a different colour this time. Bit of a, don't know, like a rhubarb and custard. Classic colour combination for pollock and cod. Well, I'm back in the car. I cast around with the Ned rig and lazy lures. Didn't really catch anything. I had 2 hits, I think. 3 seals turned up, and then the midgies turned up as well. What's with midgies down there? So I thought, well, I've been here for a few hours, and the day has been a few hours. Been there for 2 hours, and the session was a pretty, well, all around a success. First of all, my knee wasn't hurting, which is amazing. Second of all, I didn't have a heart attack after not exercising for something like 12 weeks. Third, caught loads of fish. Fourth, the squid treks caught the biggest fish. Didn't catch that many, but I caught the biggest fish. I think maybe I arrived a little bit too late, and if I'd put that on, one of the squid treks on earlier, probably would have caught more fish on them. But it's always good to try new lures, especially that. It's pretty unique. I've seen squid lures and things before, but not ones that vibe like that, vibrate. But I'm gonna have to learn how to fish with them, I think. I'll leave a link in the description below. They do ship from Australia to the UK. It takes about a week, I think. I think it costs us 15 quid. But I have heard that they will be selling into the UK from Europe or the UK, so hopefully that happens. But I'll leave a link anyway so you can read up a little bit more about them. And also a link down below to the lazy lures. Brilliant lures, very good value for money. Really like how much water they move, like the rod tips bouncing like that when you retrieve them, even slowly as well. And they've got a really broad wobble on them, which is I think very enticing for fish. If you do get them, as always with any of these kind of preloaded shads, get a little bit of super glue and just glue the head to the body, and that'll make them last a lot longer. Even like the likes of the fish minnows and the fish crazy eels, which cost almost double what these lazy lures cost, you have to glue them as well, unless you made of money, which I'm not. So anyway, I'm gonna stop yabbering. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, that'd be awesome. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, that would be even better. If you don't want to subscribe, don't worry about it. I drop videos pretty much every Sunday, so you can pick me up then. And thank you very much for watching, really appreciate it. And as always, until the next one, tight lines. I'm rusty, I forgot my towel. My arm's going to be stinking of pollock by the end of this. It's always good to see that sort of thing. Trying to see that sort of thing. I kind of speak, I'm quite tired.